Lions TV, full time. From Calmont Road, it finishes Millwall under-23s 0, Swansea under-23s 2. That is now 4 straight defeats and no wins in 7 for Kevin Nugent's side. But I'll be honest, it wasn't all bad news today from Calmont Road, and I'm struggling to see how they lost that game. They didn't play too badly at all. They just wasn't clinical enough in front of goal. And of course, now with the 23s, it's a different look. It's a new look on the 23s, if you like. I've alluded to this before in previous videos. I think that, you know, we win the 23s league last year. We win the 18s league. We always do well predominantly in youth football, but nowhere near enough on that production line make it to the first team. And I've said, from my own personal perspective, I think we'd be better off coming bottom every year or not winning as many games and maybe making sure we do bleed 1 or 2 exciting prospects every season into the first team. Now that is happening in effect. You've got Tyler Berry, you've got U23'S, who are now pretty much with the first team all the time. Hayden Muller, of course, is also on the fringes, but he is currently injured, so he wasn't playing. He wasn't in contention for either team today. Of course, it is match day for the 23s and for the first team tonight. And George Alexander is currently serving the second game of his 2-game suspension. So it's now a new, I'm not going to say depleted, it's sort of a new look under 23s, and you've got younger players now stepping up into the fold. So I personally can't complain about the results lately because it's exactly what I've asked for. I've asked to push these 23s, these promising ones, you know, these second years and these first year pros into the first team now, which does seem to be happening. So it's going to take time for Kevin Nugent and his assistant, Paul Robinson, to find the, you know, the next generation and a good blend. Let's go through the starting 11. It was Ryan Sanford in goal, Dan Moss right back, Rob Strachan plays centre half with Arthur Penny, who's an under 18, I believe, and the left back, whose name escapes me, thought he had a good game. Then there was Sam Skeffington and Ruben Duncan as a 2 central midfield holding players. And then we had 3 in behind the 1. We had Nana Boateng on the right. We had Jaden Davis on the left. Then we had Sean O'Brien in behind Abdul Malik, who's shaved his head off and looks like a completely different person. Didn't recognise him at first up front, Abdul. So those front 4 are and Ruben, very exciting flair players. And, you know, that's great. But I do feel now we haven't got... And what we used to have, again, with another player who's now an established first-team player, so forgetting about him being the 23s, is Billy Mitchell. We haven't got that leader on the pitch, that sort of general, and I felt that's what we lacked. And at times we showed some great flicks and some great tricks without really, you know, someone being that leader out there and controlling the game for us. I thought Rob Strachan had a good game in centre of defence. We didn't play bad at all, and I'm still struggling to work out how we've lost by 2-0. We start the game and we're on the front foot from early. Jaden Davis shows nice touches down the left, gives it to Sean O'Brien, and he definitely has got Sean O'Brien. I've not seen a lot of him, but he's definitely got an eye for goal, and he does very well early on. 2 minutes in, shoots from distance, full of confidence, and it's a good save over the bar from the Swansea keeper. After that, we did show nice patterns of play, you know, and we got good balls into good areas. But Swansea defended well without us really testing their goalkeeper too much. And I don't feel that was a case of, you know, our final balls wasn't good or, you know, we didn't do the right things in the right areas. They just seem to get a lot of bodies in the way and throw bodies on the line. And as a result, we didn't really test their goalkeeper anymore until the second half. The breakthrough for Swansea is an absolutely brilliant goal. Long ball up. Comes off the centre forward's chest, and you've got the attacking midfielder following in. He catches it at a funny angle. He's travelling at quite a distance, at quite a speed. It comes from the opposite direction. He catches it right-footed on the volley from 20 yards out. I was at the other end to it, but it looks like 20 yards out. Across Ryan Sanford. Sanford's very unlucky, gets a good fingers on it, but it went at a good pace, and it was a fantastic finish, and that put Swansea 1-0 up. After that, we started to, you know, dominate the play, and we did put some nice moves together again, but once again, we just couldn't find that final product, you know. And again, it wasn't through bad finishing or you know, their keeper having a blinder. I remember another one, Sean O'Brien's had a shot from distance, gets out his feet quickly, strikes it, defender gets his body in the way, and it was heading towards the top corner, but it deflects in this instance over the bar and bounces in the street at Calmont Road. So difficult one to judge today, and I said I don't think it was a bad performance by any stretch. So moving into the second half, and again we huffed and puffed. Nana Boateng shows great feet at times, so does Jaden Davis going on these individual runs, but you know, we did miss George Alexander out there, in my opinion, today. There was no focal point for them to sort of play into and bounce off the sort of the flair sort of wide wing players. And I only really remember, I think their goalkeeper makes another good save from a Sean O'Brien header. just before they got their second. They got their second late on, and the last time I did a video from Calmont Road, I said the same thing, and I do apologise because I don't like to dig the youth out, but Ryan Sanford drops another clanger shot from distance, bounces in front of him, hits his chest, it just doesn't stick, and he doesn't react quick enough either, and the centre forward just taps it in, and it's 2-0 Swansea. It is, as I said, 4 defeats on the bounce for the 23s. No wins in 7, so I think the last time they did win a game was against Colchester when they hit Colchester for 6 at Calmont Road, which seems like a lifetime ago. So, difficult time really for Kevin Nugent. You know, he's had a good season, good couple of seasons as the manager, and last season, of course, winning the league. It's a difficult one because as a manager, he's going to want to win. Him and Paul Robinson are going to want to win games. But they do obviously understand their role within the club is to be a feeder team for the first team. But difficult times, lots of young players involved. Arthur Penny looked good at the back. Rob Strachan had a good game. And these players going forward, as I said, Jayden Davis, Ruben Duncan, Nana Boateng, Sean O'Brien, Abdul Malik, they all show nice flashes and touches, but there is no, decisive, mature end product, I'm going to say. I'm trying to think of better terms to explain what I'm getting at, but lots of flicks and tricks, but nothing really in the final third when it really counts. As I said, of course, we missed George Alexander up front, and of course, we miss Hayden Muller at the back, but it is what it is, and we move on to tonight's game. I'll be live streaming from 6:30 for a 7 p.m. kickoff as the first team face Preston. And hopefully the first team can do better than the under-23s did, because as I've already told you today, they've gone down fighting, but they've lost their 4th game on the bounce. Full time from Calmont Road. Millwall under-23s 0, Swansea under-23s 2. I'll see you tonight for the live stream. Please subscribe to Lions TV. Come on, you Lions.